Hello coin collectors out there, welcome back to the Big D Coins channel. In today's video we will be talking about the United States nickel, which was made from 1913 until 1938. It had a nice 25-year run and it is known as the Buffalo nickel. This video will go over the mintages, the values, and two cool era coins to look for in the Buffalo nickel series. It will be one of the more basic videos that I make. If you're looking for more technical advanced videos, I'd recommend you check out some of the other videos on the channel. But what we are going to do here is intended for the basic coin collector. So please do check out some other videos if you want to get more advanced. But if you want to have fun and stick with the basics, please do check out this video. All right, we've got a 1930, a 1936, and a 1937, and a no-date Buffalo nickel down here. Let's first talk about the highest mintage coin in the entire Buffalo nickel series. It is this one right here, the highest mintage coin. There were 119 million of these ones that were made right here in the year 1936. So that's the second to last year that these coins were made. Now the 119 million refers to the mintage of the Philadelphia Mint. If you flip your coin over and you don't have a mint mark on the reverse section in this little area right here, that indicates that it was made at the Philadelphia Mint. The Philadelphia Mint was the first mint that started making coins, so there was no need for them to put the mint mark on the coin because they were the only mint in town, so they didn't need to differentiate between the other mints because they were the only one making the coins. And so they kept that tradition all the way throughout, and then they started to later add their mint mark on various coins later in the series. Now, the 1936 also featured a Denver Mint coin, which you would see a D mint mark right here. There are 24 million of those that were made, and there were also 14 million of the 1936S San Francisco Mint coins that were made. So 1936, the highest mintage year in the entire Buffalo nickel series. The lowest mintage year and the only mintage coin, which will be less than a million, is the 1927S Buffalo nickel. And any guesses on how many of those were made? There were 970,000 of those pieces that were made. So we go from 119 million with 1936 down to just 970,000 with the 1927S. The entire mintage for the entire series, there were 1.2 billion of them that were made over the 25-year stretch. That gives you an average mintage between the different mints of 18,953,000. So average mintage for the Buffalo nickel, 18 million. Highest mintage year, 1936, in which 119 million were made. The lowest mintage year, 1927S, in which there were 970,000 of those coins that were made. You might be wondering, what is the price of one of these coins right here? Well, these in a good condition, which is slightly worse than the one that I've got right here, they'll be worth $1 up to $2 in the very fine 20 grade. And then once you get up into the mint state grade, they'll be worth $25 for a mint state 60 and $40 for a mint state 63 for the 1936. You're probably guessing 1927S must be worth quite a lot more than that, and you are correct. They are worth $550 at mint state 60, and at mint state 63, a whopping $2,000. So they are worth quite a lot of money for that 1927S in a very good condition. How you grade your coin, or how a official coin grader would grade it, and you can kind of do your best to interpret how they grade, is at a mint state uncirculated condition, there needs to be no traces of wear. So a mint state 60 has no traces of wear, and it may have several blemishes. However, once you get up to the choice uncirculated mint state 63, there has to be no traces of wear as well, and only very light blemishes. As you can see, a coin that's really worn out like this one right here would probably get the fine grade to it, a fine 12, which would be horn and tail smooth but slightly visible. The obverse rim is intact. So when we flip it over to the reverse side right here, you need to see that horn and the tail are smooth but partially visible. So I think we would get that right here. They're worn, but you can definitely see that they are visible. Then we flip it over to the obverse side. The rim is intact. a little bit worn out on this side, but I would say it would get that 20 grade to it. All right, now let's talk about those two era coins that I mentioned we would talk about. The 1916 Double Die Obverse. That's one of the two coolest coins in the entire era coin series. The 1916 Double Die Obverse. One of the reasons why it is so cool is because it is visible even with the naked eye. So when you see a Double Die Obverse, that means you kind of see the date is struck a little bit. Or any part of the coin could be struck twice. But with this one, the 1916 Double Die Obverse is most visible on the date. Doubling is very dramatic, going from southeast of the date, and is also on the Indian chief's lip and chin. This variety is very prominent and can be easily seen with the naked eye. So keep your eye out. If you've got a 1916, check it out for that Double Die Obverse. In a mid-state 64 condition, those are worth a ton of money because only 3 of them have been graded. PCGS has a price guide of $275,000 for that 1916 5-cent Double Die Obverse. Now, the other real cool coin in the series is the 1937 three-legged era coin. We've got a 1937. It's the 1937D three-legged era coin. I should clarify that. And here's what PCGS has to say about that. Now, PCGS is one of the great references that I use. You're welcome to check out some pictures of the three-legged era coin on their website. It's very cool. So the 1937D three-leg variety is a result of over-polishing of the reverse side of the die. The front leg was almost completely removed, and the back leg developed a moth-eaten appearance. So if you've got kind of a moth-eaten appearance back here, you've got a completely worn out leg right here on the front, and you have to have this little like stream in the middle right here beneath the bison's belly. You will have the 1937D three-legged era coin. Now, if you've got a missing front leg right here, but no little stream or no moth-eaten effect back here, that could be a indication of a altered coin, a counterfeit coin. Someone took a 1937D regular strike coin and then just kind of wore out that part right there and tried to pass it off as a rare 1937D three-leg variety. PCGS would catch that when they go to grade the coin, but you should be on the lookout for that as well. PCGS has graded more of the 1937D three-legged era coins than the 1916 5-cent Double Die Obverse, so they're not worth quite as much, but they're still worth a ton of money. At a mid-state 65, PCGS has graded 53 of them, and those have a price guide to them of $24,000. So the 1937D three-legged era coin is a very, very valuable coin. All right, let's talk about the basics and then I'll sign off. So we talked about how this coin was made from 1913 to 1938. The highest mintage year in the entire series is going to be the 1936 the Philadelphia Mint coin, this exact coin right here. The lowest mintage coin is going to be the 1927 S San Francisco Mint, in which there are only 970,000 pieces of those that were made, and those will go for a lot of money. A ton of money, $2,000 just in a mint state condition, without even getting up into the real high mint state grades. The two era coins that are the coolest in the series are the 1916 Double Die Obverse and the 1937D three-legged era coin. All right, everyone, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you are into coin collecting, please do check out some of the other videos on this channel. Thank you very much, everyone, and best of luck coin collecting out there. Enjoy!